Hey there, I'm Maz, and welcome to Maz Show. This is your space to explore big ideas through books, society, knowledge, and history, all with one goal to build a better world and a brighter future. If you are curious, reflective, and ready to grow, you're in the right place. So tap follow, hit subscribe, and let's get thinking.
Imagine losing half your country's territory, experiencing three different systems of government, and seeing your entire society transformed, all in just 100 years. Today, we're diving into Iran's dramatic century of change, from the declining Qajar dynasty through revolution and reform. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how Iran became the nation it is today.
And what a century it was. It's fascinating how Iran entered the 1900s as a fragile monarchy under the Qajars and ended it as an Islamic republic, with so much turbulence in between.
Let's start with the Qajars. How did things look for Iran at the beginning of the 20th century?
Well, by 1900, the Qajar dynasty was already in serious trouble. They'd lost huge territories to Russia through the treaties of Gulistan and Turkmenchai, including what's now Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan.
That must have been devastating for their authority.
Absolutely. And you know what's interesting? The dynasty actually began with such promise. When Agha Muhammad Khan founded it in 1789, he chose Tehran as the capital specifically for its strategic location.
Wait, Tehran wasn't always the capital?
No, it was actually just a village near the ruins of the ancient city of Ray. He picked it because it allowed him to control both northern and southern Iran effectively.
That's fascinating. But clearly, good strategic location wasn't enough to maintain power.
No, and by the early 1900s, Iran was caught in what historians called the Great Game, essentially becoming a battleground between British and Russian colonial interests.
And this led to some kind of breaking point, right?
Yes, and here's where it gets really interesting. The Constitutional Revolution of 1906 actually started over sugar prices.
Sugar prices? You're kidding.
Not at all. The governor of Tehran ordered some merchants to be punished for refusing to lower their sugar prices. This sparked protests that eventually led to demands for a parliament and constitution.
So a dispute over sugar prices led to Iran's first experiment with democracy? That's incredible.
Between 12,000 and 14,000 protesters gathered at the British legation, demanding a national assembly. The Shah finally gave in, and Iran got its first constitution in December 1906.
But it didn't last, did it?
No, by 1911, Russia and Britain had effectively crushed the constitutional government. And then in 1924, everything changed with the rise of Reza Khan.
Tell us about Reza Khan. He became Reza Shah Pahlavi, right?
Yes, he was a military commander who seized control and established the Pahlavi dynasty. He had this vision of modernizing Iran, similar to what Ataturk was doing in Turkey.
How did that go over with the Iranian people?
It was a mixed bag. He made progress with industrialization and public education, but he also alienated traditional power bases, especially the religious establishment.
And then World War II happened.
Right, and here's where history gets ironic. Britain and Russia, longtime rivals over Iran, actually joined forces to remove Reza Shah because they feared he might support Nazi Germany.
So they forced him to abdicate in favor of his son, Mohammad Reza Shah?
Exactly. Mohammad Reza Shah started out as a relatively weak ruler, but things changed dramatically in 1953.
Ah, yes, the Mossadegh crisis. What happened there?
Prime Minister Mossadegh, who was incredibly popular, almost overthrew the Shah. But British and American intervention helped the Shah retain power.
And after that, the US became a major player in Iran, right?
Yes, the US saw Iran as a crucial ally against the Soviet Union and strongly supported the Shah's modernization programs.
But wasn't this modernization part of what eventually led to the revolution?
That's one of the great paradoxes of Iranian history. The faster the Shah pushed westernization and secularization, the stronger the religious backlash became.
And the religious leaders maintained their influence throughout all this?
Yes, unlike in most other Islamic countries, Iranian religious leaders kept control of an independent network of institutions, giving them both financial resources and popular influence.
So when things finally boiled over in 1978,
the Shah faced three options: democratization, military repression, or abdication. He couldn't decide, and by January 1979, he was forced to leave Iran.
Enter Ayatollah Khomeini.
Right. And this is where we see another fascinating shift. Iran went from being one of America's strongest allies to one of its most determined opponents.
The revolution really changed everything, didn't it?
Completely. The new Islamic Republic brought what scholars call the downtrodden discourse, focusing on the poor and deprived sections of society.
And then almost immediately there was the Iran-Iraq War.
Yes, 8 devastating years that actually helped strengthen the revolutionary government's power base.
How so?
The regime relied heavily on the lower classes to fight the war, which in turn helped stabilize its power and solidify its ideology.
And after the war, how did things develop?
Iran had 3 very different approaches under 3 presidents. Rafsanjani focused on economic growth, Khatami attempted social reforms, and Ahmadinejad pursued populist policies.
Each with their own vision for Iran's future.
Yes, but interestingly, none of them fully succeeded in their goals. Khatami's reforms were blocked by internal tensions, and Ahmadinejad's policies actually pushed many middle-class Iranians into poverty.
Looking back at this century of change, what strikes you most?
The constant tension between modernization and tradition. Every attempt to rapidly change Iranian society, whether by the Shahs or later governments, has faced significant resistance.
And the role of foreign powers throughout all this?
Absolutely. From the British-Russian rivalry to American influence and later isolation, Iran's story can't be separated from international politics.
It's fascinating how many times Iran reinvented itself in just one century.
From constitutional monarchy to absolute monarchy to Islamic Republic, each transition bringing its own hopes and challenges.
And through it all, the Iranian people have shown remarkable resilience.
They've had to be resilient. These weren't just political changes, they were complete transformations of society, economy, and daily life.
What lessons can we draw from this history?
Perhaps the biggest one is that rapid modernization without considering cultural and religious sensitivities often backfires, as both Pahlavi Shahs discovered.
And the importance of understanding a country's internal dynamics?
Exactly. Foreign powers repeatedly misread Iran's complex social and religious fabric, leading to policies that often had unintended consequences.
It really shows how the past shapes the present.
And how understanding this history is crucial for anyone trying to make sense of Iran today.
From sugar prices sparking a revolution to the complex dynamics of modernization, Iran's last century shows us how seemingly small events can trigger massive changes.
And how the push and pull between tradition and change, internal forces and external pressures, continues to shape nations even today.
Thanks for joining us on this journey through Iran's transformative century.
Let's go, open up your mind and grow. Facts and stories, things you never know. Every episode, we light the glow. Step into the world of Mass Show. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Feel the beat, take control. Don't be shy, just let it go. This is where the magic grows. Tune in now, it's the Mass Show. Lights up bright and minds will glow. Every day we learn and grow. Come along and join the flow. New ideas begin to shine. Breaking limits, crossing lines. Every moment feels divine. In the world of Mass Show time. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Feel the beat, take control. Don't be shy, just let it go. This is where the magic grows. Tune in now, it's the Mass Show. Lights up bright and minds will glow. Every day we learn and grow. Come along and join the flow.